Now, for me in particular, I was trained to do a job. And then when I was in Afghanistan, I was not doing that job. I was doing a different job that I was not prepared for mentally, physically, or ready for. But I did the job anyway. And because of me doing that job, that's what caused the injury for me. I didn't have the tools in the toolbox.
Body reclaiming?
I did body collection for a friend of mine after we witnessed we went through firefights and things like that. And ultimately there was an IED. He stepped on it and all hell broke loose. And so that was the first of the week. That was like day 2. Hi, nice to meet the Taliban.
Wow. Okay. A body collection, I'm guessing, is exactly what it sounds like.
You leave nothing behind, and it doesn't matter what it looks like or how it comes, but it goes on stretchers. And if there's no room on the stretchers, it goes in your pockets.
That's real.
Super real.
Okay.
The movies don't depict it for no reason.
What else are we not knowing about?
We're not giving our military the right tools to heal themselves. And then you have people like me and others who have to go outside the country to get support outside so they don't lose their jobs. And so they don't also do anything illegal in the country. And that would be psychedelics for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep. We're seeing that obviously here. And there are some beautiful and brilliant people. The Texas Ibogaine Initiative that Brian Hubbard and Rick Perry helped champion and shepherd. We're all very hopeful with regard to Kennedy and Dr. McCary with the FDA being able to get these drugs off of Schedule 1. It's highly controversial as to how they got there in the first place. I mean,
it's not a shock.
You think about what is a Schedule 1 drug? It's highly addictive and it has no benefits whatsoever. Psychedelics are the exact opposite.
If you've ever sat with a macro dose of psilocybin, ayahuasca, 5-MeO DMT, ibogaine, any of them, you'll know how non-addictive those are.
Oh, yeah.
They will kick your shit in. It's not something you want to do on a regular, ongoing basis.
Have you done them all?
I have done. So I'm a psychedelic integration coach now. I went to school for that afterwards. Heroic Hearts Project, before ibogaine was in the media like this, Heroic Hearts Project is run by Jesse Gould, a former Army Ranger. And when I was struggling and started my podcast in 2020, I interviewed a guy named, we call him Griff. He owns a company called Combat Flip Flops. And at the end of the interview, I was doing the mask thing really, really well still. This is like end of 19 going into 20.
We're getting into 19 next.
Yeah. So, and this is where it went. So he offered me a spot to go do ayahuasca with this group. And Jesse happened to be in the group. And then I've been doing nonprofit work for them ever since. And so they have helped change legislation. They have done so much in America lobbying, like the stuff that Heroic Hearts Project, Vet Solutions, all of these former special operators, organizations that have kind of come forward to say, hey, we've got the research, we've got the studies, we've got the veterans, let us help our veterans.
Yep.
And our government does what the Canadian government does, except we're a little bit worse, is we tie your hands behind your back, tie your feet, slap concrete bricks to them, throw you in the ocean and say, oh my God, no wonder they killed themselves.
Gosh.
And then we act shocked when the suicide numbers skyrocket and they don't go down.
So we're back to
psychedelics.
Which psychedelic you think is optimal for help with trauma?
So here's the thing about psychedelics is they're not a one-size-fit-all. And not everybody, I'm very clear to say this, especially in my practice, not everybody's a candidate, and we need to stop pretending that everyone is.
Explain that.
Well, if you have a history of mental health disorders in your family, schizophrenia, bipolar, you should never be touching a psychedelic.
Got it.
Right? Now, that being said, there's extreme cases where I've known people. Now, that doesn't mean it's the right answer. So for me, Heroic Hearts does a radical screening. So I have my own practice that I work with, my own coaching practice, and then I do my nonprofit work to give back to the people who've helped me. That's how I work. So what I have seen, for me personally, when I was dealing with my traumas and the things from overseas, ayahuasca, she was there for me in the way that I needed her to. She's a heart opener. It's a very intensive experience.
When you say she, I want to clarify for anyone who hasn't done it. Right?
Yeah.
It is been said that this medication, this plant-based medication, has a female energy. Hence
she's
the
a
reason they
deity
call
that way.
her mother.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And so I was never somebody who used drugs or cannabis, in high school, college, never, that wasn't me. So it's not like this was like, oh, I'm going to go do a psychedelic. Like I never had any interest, but I was so desperate and I was dying. I was actively dying and I knew it. And it was a matter of time that I wasn't going to be able to do it anymore. So when I was given the opportunity, I went and sat with a group of 10 people. These are all guys that were operators, special operators, Blackwater, otherwise. And they welcomed me in. And one of the things that's healing about the process is we put you in a group. You're in a group of like 10 people. And now you become family and you kind of become one. So that helps fill the void of community and the loss when you leave the military. When you leave the military, you're leaving identity, community, support, and this whole who you thought you were. And then we don't really help people land in civilian world very well.